We're joined now by our ABC6 News political analyst and Providence College political science professor, Dr. Adam Myers. Dr. Myers, thank you so much for joining us tonight on this special election. CD1 history made tonight. Gabe Amo, the first person of color representing the state of Rhode Island going to Congress. Your initial thoughts from what you hear or saw tonight about this CD1 election?
Well, as you said, John, this is a historic evening. First African-American congressman from Rhode Island. We should all be proud of the advances that our state and the country has made. I think the outcome here is basically what most of us expected, no major surprises. Congressman-elect Amo is going to have a lot of catching up to do as he gets sworn into Congress in the next few weeks and becomes the most junior member of a very fractious and very divided House of Representatives.
Yeah, the House. You got to have the personality of Gabe Amo to go into Washington right now and try and get along. I mean, as you said, he's the junior member of the minority party, so he's going to get an office with no windows. He's going to get a bathroom that's a brisk 20-minute walk away. But what do you see him accomplishing, or at least trying to accomplish, so that when he comes back for now re-election in 2024, that he can stand on and say, hey, I went to Washington and I did this, that, and the other, as opposed to saying, I worked for two presidents and a governor, I'm the son of West African immigrants. That story worked well. What is he going to say? What's his next story going to be in 24?
I think his story is going to be the same because, let's be honest, he's not going to be able to accomplish very much in D.C. once he gets there. He's only got a few months. He's going to need to learn the ropes. He's in the minority party. He's the most junior member of the House. You put it all together, there's not going to be all that much for him to be able to get done. He may take a few important votes, which he'll be able to take back to the district, and campaign on next fall. But beyond that, I don't see major legislative accomplishments for him.
Also, maybe voters want to see from him, at least in the CD1 district, to say, yes, he tried to get along with Republicans, or he was a moderate Democrat, or he wasn't part of the chaos that we're seeing that's tearing the House apart.
Yeah, I mean, I think
those could be some pluses for him, maybe.
Right. I think he is going to go there and shake hands and try to get along with folks, and he'll be able to come back to the district in the fall or in the summer and say, I'm already building good relationships and so forth. But beyond that, I think it would be silly of us to expect that he's going to have major legislative accomplishments.
Totally agree with that. Now, normally in Rhode Island, when you get in, especially at the federal level, you're in. I mean, Jack Reed, Sheldon Whitehouse, T.F. Green, Pastore, you can go on and on, Chafee. Do you see him now as clearing a path, or is anything possible for him in terms of a primary in 24 and people saying, you know what, he's just a kid and we can take him out?
I think it's far more likely that he's going to turn into all of those folks that you mentioned and serve in this seat for a long time, or at least until, reapportionment causes the elimination. Right, yeah. Exactly, causes the elimination of one of our two. Right,
or CD2.
And so who knows what will happen in 2032?
I'll give you that. We won't put you on the spot for 2032. But Professor, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate your insight tonight.
Of course, anytime.
Now to some other results from this evening. In State Senate District 1, Democrat Jacob Bissalon wins with 82% of the vote over Republican Nayoka Powell. That race was to fill the seat left vacant by the death of Senator Mary Ellen Goodwin. She died back in April after a long battle with colon cancer. In North Kingstown, 2 referendum questions failed. On the first question, to approve funding for a new middle school and public safety complex, overwhelmingly rejected. On the second question, to approve funding for an indoor rec center and emergency shelter, 64% said no. Middletown will be getting some new schools, with voters narrowly approving nearly $200 million for construction and improvements to those schools. And in North Smithfield, voters have rejected an $18 million bond measure to fund a new police station, with 60% opposed. In Massachusetts, there were 3 local races for mayor, and all 3 incumbents are keeping their jobs. We begin in New Bedford. Mayor Mitchell easily winning tonight over Tyson Moultrie. In Fall River, Mayor Coogan the winner, getting just over 6,600 votes. Sam Sutter just over 4,300. And in Taunton, Mayor Shauna O'Connell is the winner. Her former chief of staff, Ed Carrera, was challenging her in that race. Mayor O'Connell got 58% of the vote. She first took office in 2020 and now gets another term in the Silver City. We also have results from Barrington, East Greenwich, and plenty of other areas voting tonight on ballot issues and city council races. We have those results for you on our website. Just go to abc6.com.